Okay, so everybody, I'd like to welcome John Smalley has joined our team here at PeopleFirst. We're very excited to have him with us. And John, if you want to just take a minute and maybe talk a little bit about yourself and tell us about who you are.
Sure thing, Ian, thanks. Really glad to be on the team at PeopleFirst, very excited and hoping to dig in here and do some of the work that you've all been doing for so long here and be part of that group. So yeah, I'm a Wisconsin native, grew up, my hometown is Evansville, Wisconsin, just south of Madison, down Highway 14. Living in Verona right now, just outside of Madison. Retired from the Wisconsin State Journal about a little over about a year and a half ago now. Stepped out of the job there after 12 years at the State Journal as the top editor in the newsroom there. And prior to that, I was in La Crosse, this lovely community up here, and spent about 8 or 9 years as editor of the La Crosse Tribune. So my entire career to this point has been in the newspaper industry. I worked in Iowa and in Illinois as well, kind of the upper Midwest circuit there for a number of years. Spent almost just shy of 40 years in the newspaper business in newsrooms the whole time, and got to do a lot of things, wonderful career, got to meet a lot of people, was in leadership roles the last 20 or so of my career, so I had a lot of opportunities to engage, again, with leaders in communities, leaders in our industry, leaders on our staff, and so feel really blessed for that, and have had a nice opportunity, and I'm really looking forward now to maybe being able to kind of repurpose some of those things I've learned over that time into a little bit of a different situation here with PeopleFirst.
So you've led teams for quite a while then?
Yes. In the State Journal newsroom, we had a team of about 70 when I started, and sorry to say, the state of the industry, over the course of those 12 years, we went from about 70 to about 45. About 45 when I left a year and a half ago. Led smaller teams. Prior to that, I was the editor of the newsroom in Mason City, Iowa, at the Globe Gazette for 5 years early in my career, and we had a newsroom of about 25 people at that time. So have done a lot of hiring, have done a lot of difficult conversations, unfortunately, in staff reductions, and have been through a lot of that over the years as well.
So given the industry you came out of, change management's a big part of that?
Well, certainly is, adjusting and then readjusting and orging and reorging and then reorging and the reorg. I've done a lot of that over the years. Again, it's challenging, but you have to adjust to current conditions, and you have to understand what the realities you're facing are, and put those resources you have still at your disposal into the best ways, leverage them the best ways that you can. So I think that's always a challenge in any industry. How
would you describe your leadership style?
That's a good question, Ian. I would say if you ask the folks I've worked with and for over the years, pretty consultative, I think would come up. I'm kind of probably regarded as a lower key kind of guy. I'm not a screamer or a yeller in the newsroom, but more of a collaborative style of let's talk this through. I joke around with people. I've made a really wonderful career out of recognizing that I wasn't the smartest guy in the room, and really like to tap into the people who are smart and who know their business and who can move the ball forward, and understanding that doesn't have to be me all the time, but my role as a leader is being able to identify the people who can do that. So that's the kind of thing I like to do is, I used to say, again, the job of a leader is to put people in positions to achieve success.
Excellent.
And so that's kind of how I like to approach that.
So we've got, I think, a great opportunity given your background both here in La Crosse and with Madison. So what are some of the areas you think you're putting your focus on with PeopleFirst?
Well, I love the idea of coaching, working with executives who are in roles and maybe are looking to bump up to the next level, or maybe just looking for some problem solving with current issues that they might be dealing with, maybe dealing with the challenge of having to go through a RIF, and how do we go about that, and how do you approach that. So helping top level executives, I would really enjoy that a lot. For sure. Have done some of that informally over the years, but would enjoy doing it again as a part of the PeopleFirst team. I also think career transition is appealing to me. I love the idea of, again, connecting with and being a resource and ideally a help for those who are caught up in a tough situation, be it a RIF, be it a management change, be it whatever it might be that has landed them in a position of suddenly they need to find a job and they need to figure out what is my next thing going to be. And again, having gone through that many times over the course of years, I think I could bring some insight and bring some experience to the table for folks who are looking for that next thing. I think the little I know about People First that I'm learning already, it's a wonderful program that you have, and you guys have an established reputation of being able to do that work. So I'm anxious to learn more about how you do that and how that might kind of attach to what I've already experienced myself.
Good. John, we're very excited with what you bring to the team. I think you mesh well with us on our core values, and certainly all the characteristics of servant leadership that we speak to every day, we see that demonstrated with you. So thank you. I'm glad you're with us.
So thank you very much.
All
Really
right,
appreciate
thank you.
it. And thank you very much. I wanted to say, two cities, I feel, again, really fortunate, Madison and La Crosse, the two best cities in Wisconsin, from my point of view, and I'm really happy to be connected with both of them. So
Excellent.
looking forward to more of that.
Great. Thanks, John.
All right.